Hey guys, this is Gabe from the Kids in the Pit podcast. This is my first episode, and today I'm talking to Eddie Sutton from the New York hardcore band Leeway. Hi, Eddie. I'm Gabe. I'm 10 and just getting into punk and hardcore music. Do you mind if I ask a few questions?
Not at all. I'm honored to be here, and thank
Okay.
you for having me.
So, where do you live?
Well, right now I'm living in Oceanside, New York, which is Long Island. I'm not far from where my mom is. She's in a rehab home for her legs, so it makes it pretty easy for me to visit her right now because, she's old. She's 77. I'm not a spring chicken. And I'm a born and raised New Yorker, even though I've lived in other states like Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania, Virginia Beach in Virginia. But I always make my way back home.
Oh, cool. So what year did Leeway start and how old were you?
Oh gosh, Leeway started back in June of 1984. I was 19 years old. We had about 3 weeks to practice before our first show. And we weren't even called Leeway at the time. We didn't know what we wanted to do with music. So we did the show and we called ourselves The Unruled. And it was just a matter of time from there that we
Oh,
chose the name Leeway.
oh. So what do you do in the band?
Well, I'm the singer and frontman. I'm the one with the mic. Uh, I'm known for running around and going crazy and, writing lyrics about what life was like growing up in New York City as a kid.
Oh, cool. So my mom has a Leeway poster and it has this weird guy with four arms and four legs. What is that about?
Well, it's a takeoff of a famous Renaissance artist and inventor named Leonardo da Vinci. And when
Oh,
he did the original sketch art, it was known as Vitruvian Man. And I'm not sure what the background is about it, but I guess it was designed and sketched out to try to show the the way arms and legs balanced out on a human body. Do you know what I mean? Doesn't matter how big or short you are and how much weight you are, your
yeah, I
arms
understand.
grow out the way they're supposed to grow out for the body normally.
Yeah, I understand. So, uh, what band first made you interested in hardcore music and why?
Oh wow. It was a lot of California punk bands that I heard at first, but you'll find from a lot of New York kids, the band that really uh, changed our world was the Bad Brains.
Oh, I've heard of them.
Yeah, you know, they're the Beatles of American hardcore, as far as I'm concerned. Uh, they should be in the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame, but they're not. That's how prolific and how inspiring they were. They were truly a life-changing experience in live music, not just in recordings.
Didn't they go back to like the 70s?
Yes, they did. I think the band started around 76. If I've noticed from background history that I've read and photographs that I saw, they were very much punk rock. But once they started getting into Rastafarianism, which is, Jamaican religious culture, they were one of a kind and they really stood out even beyond most reggae bands because they weren't just a reggae band when they found their sound and when they found their niche. Quite an experience to see them as far back as the mid 80s, even though the band was around for close to a decade by then.
Cool. So, what was the first punk show you attended, and how old were you?
It was 1981. Uh, so I was 16, roughly. Um, Trying to remember the bands. The one band I do remember from that show was a band called Kraut. Uh, they were not a, they were anti-Nazi band. Uh, they weren't, Nazis. And at the time, New York had a more punk rock sound. Uh, we we as a music scene did not really find our niche and position until the mid 80s when uh, elements of heavy metal and the guitar sounds and the power was mixed in to the American hardcore punk. It's then when New York really found its sound and really started to inspire hardcore punk listeners globally and worldwide.
I see. So, what is your favorite location you've toured in, and why?
That's too hard to say. Honestly, um, just getting the opportunity to travel and perform these shows, whether it's in a quiet city or state or I'm in Europe, uh, it's a beautiful thing. The one thing that comes to mind is how younger fans explain to me how my music helped them uh, while they were going through hard times in their lives, when they were going through tough experiences, whether growing pains or being a young adult, being caught up with things that are troubling them. The fact that the music and lyrics help them is really the special thing. So I don't really have a particular city, you know. You want to go back, I remember playing, uh, I believe it's Sweden, but they have a Leonardo da Vinci museum. And we played in the downtown center that day. And that poster art was a big iron structure piece of art, like a sculpture of
Oh,
the same person. So that was kind of funny being on stage and looking back at Da Vinci's Vitruvian Man when we used it as an inspiration for our first album was quite a trip, quite an experience.
well, that's cool. What is your favorite part about touring, and why?
Uh, like I said, meeting people and talking to them. It's not just the show experience, because shows have highs and lows. Sometimes you're playing to a smaller crowd. Sometimes you're playing to a packed crowd or playing a fest. Um, it's really meeting people that never gets old for me, and the music scene, as you're learning, is a very is a community. You're gonna establish friendships. uh, Friends come and go, but the same passion and spirit and energy uh, happens pretty much every show.
Yeah, it does. So, for anyone who has never listened to Leeway, what song would you suggest they check out?
Oh, hmm. um, as I got older with the band and we recorded uh, our albums, we got better with our musicianship and I became a better vocalist. Um, it's hard to say. What I can say is my favorite album out of the four that Leeway did was Open Mouth Kiss, because I really feel I nailed it as a lyricist and vocalist. Um, a very rare type of singer in hardcore because I do try to carry a tune with melody. But when you're recording, that's for posterity, which I mean is forever. And I like to layer my vocals and harmonize and give it something else in certain areas of the song to really bring out the chorus, or what some people call the hook, you know. And I'm proud of that.
So I will get to see you guys play at This Is Hardcore Festival next month. Are you looking forward to it?
By all means, definitely. I don't know how many festivals I'm going to get to play because, I'm an older guy. I deal with some health issues right now, fighting cancer. So, I don't want people to feel sad for me or anything like that. I mean, I'm doing fine. I'm still doing my thing. And I don't get the opportunity to play that many festivals. So, like, this is a big thing for me. And it's a very important thing to be there and be part of the crowd, and then also do my thing, which will be the last day of the weekend. And I met you once before, but you were a bit younger. We're talking about 5, 6 years ago.
Oh, that's a while ago.
Yeah, but I'm sure you remember your first few shows, and you met a lot of people, so they kind of probably blurred through you because you didn't really talk to them. You were just hanging out with mom, and all of this was new. You were taking it in, but you don't tend to remember everybody that you run into.
Well, actually, technically, I don't remember my first shows because I was like 1 or 2, and my mom brought me to a couple of shows.
There you go. And you're not the only second generation hardcore kid. There's even third generation hardcore kids coming now, because this music phenomena has been around for 40 years now, especially the New York sound and everything else. I've been going to shows for over 40 years now. That feels like a lifetime. But there's some memories that come back to me, and they're as clear as the day and now. And then there's memories that you'll never forget. And that's the beautiful thing of this thing of ours, which I call hardcore, this thing of ours.
So, what's your favorite food?
Gosh, I'm pretty much a straight up meat and potatoes guy. I had to regain a lot of weight recently, so I'm gonna go with cookies and cream ice cream. Because that helped me regain the weight I lost when I caught pneumonia in the winter.
Oh, mine is probably just bagels because
Yeah.
I love bagels.
Bagels are good to go, especially an everything bagel or a garlic bagel with a little bit of butter.
So, do you prefer dogs or cats?
Well, I have 2 pit bulls, 2 female pit bulls where I live now, but I've always been a cat person as well. Cats are easier to take care of, especially when you are a bit of a traveler like I was. And I can't really say, because I have such a fondness for both pets. I can't really pick one. It wouldn't be fair.
So, anything else you'd like to add before we wrap this up?
Yeah, you got a great mom. I was very honored that she was part of the touring experience as we were all going through this journey, this thing of ours. And I want to wish you the best of luck. And, to all the kids that are just learning about this music, that are going to watch you, I just hope that they take a moment to check out Leeway and hopefully appreciate it.
Okay. I appreciate you taking time to chat with me. Thanks everyone for listening to my first episode, and please subscribe to my YouTube channel or wherever you listen to podcasts. Bye guys, and thanks Eddie.
Thank you, Gabe. Have a good one, everyone.
Thanks. Wait.
Bye.